I can't break everybody abusing the brake. So. I like the brake because he understands it. But I do think that... No, you don't use it. Well, and the brake does stop some of them from squirming. He rocks. Yeah, he rocks. Yeah. Well, and he's not afraid of it like some of them are. Oop, oop, better. Look over. Look over. But mine, I've taught mine, I will drop the rein if you will stand still. And this is not nice. Good boy. I see this. You know, I was watching the other night, we were doing the top 10 drives from Bieber 2 years ago at the World Singles. Every one of them come in and noticeably looped the rein, the horse just fluffed and stood. You know, but I don't trust him not to leave either. But I try to take the pressure off. Ooh, now drop him and see what he does. Ah! That's not legal. That's even more illegal. He's such a teenage boy. There we go, good boy. I don't know if we blame it on the Picana or on the cob. And I think his mother was some Araby stuff.
Was what?
A bit of Araby stuff too. Yeah, I would blame it. Oop, oop. Now that's a comfortable halt. You should be able to hold it. Good choice, my friend. I could see him going, oh, but he did it. He did it. And he really tried hard. That wasn't what he had in mind. He's a funny little body. Yeah, he's got a funny little brain too. He's really eye-pleasing. Unless you start doing united tooth nutrition, start taking it apart.
Really what?
He's very eye-pleasing. But then when you go to take it apart, it's like, well, you're missing this piece and you're missing that piece. I look at him, well, he's such a parts horse. You know, whatever they had spare, they made him into a horse, but I don't understand how he moves well, except he has a good butt. But it's not attached to a matching front end.
Yeah, he's got a terrible hair restriction button.
I know. And the wonderful thing is she's been able to develop him a lot with this strange little body. Because originally, when he was trying to kill Marek, he just couldn't make it work. Now at least he doesn't want to kill anybody. Imagine that butt on a full-size horse. It's a great butt, but it doesn't belong with the withers.
But not, yeah.
It's inches higher. Inches higher. It's not just a little bit. But when he's going really well in the lighter vehicle, he can get his withers to go up there. Today he's a little bit heavy in front. And you can see why he might have a little discomfort in his back occasionally. Yeah. There's another one by his father, a black one, named Marcus, who was national pony champion once. And I used to say to the guy, how can you make that thing do anything? He's worse butt high than this one.
Really?
At the same butt high, but not the big long scapula. 15. And like this pony has a pretty good length of shoulder. Marcus didn't have anywhere near that shoulder. And he had a tiny head. So I don't know how he kept his neck down. This one's at least got a big enough head to hold his neck down. And the worst thing was that Marcus was a stallion, so I bred him. I like this pony, but I wouldn't be producing. That's how he stayed a pony. There's no withers, comparatively speaking. Yeah. Well, you know, the one, I don't think you ever saw the one Dwayne had, but he was, you know, national preliminary champion, national intermediate champion. The year he was national intermediate champion went oversized. The woman wanted to sell him for $30,000, but she was impossible to do business with because one of my students was going to buy her. There were all these caveats where she had control of him for the rest of his life, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, he went oversized and she gave him to Dwayne. She gave him. She says, I'm done with this animal. She gave him to him. And he says, I don't want him. I don't want a 15-hand pony. Yeah, he came to me in August. I hadn't seen him since May. He said, man, your horse is looking good, Dwayne. He's a Kiwi from New Zealand. He said, no goddamn horse. I said, yeah, it is. It's a pony, you know that. I said, no, you haven't looked, Dwayne. It's a horse. So he was doing the FEI, and he got measured. They both had him as a horse. The results got sent to USEP.
Oh, no.
He said, well, those broads don't know anything.
He's a horse now.
I'll get him remeasured at Garden State. So we went to Garden State, New Jersey. The head FEI guy was there. He told him the story, and he said, all right, Dwayne, who did you say just measured your pony? He said, Holly and Heather. He said, you got measured by the two biggest devils in the business. I just checked at USEP. You are already on record as a horse by the two biggest devils in the business. There will be no change. But he said, Holly and Heather don't make mistakes. So the woman gave him the animal.
What's the horse doing now?
He hasn't used him for a year. He's had him back at work 3 months. He's coming to Green Mountain Horse Station event, and then going on to Garden State and starting his advanced career. But he really wants to sell it. He says, I don't want a force or owner. He's probably 15, 1. All right, let's pick the little devil back up. Yes. And, you know, and I like the horse a lot. He said to me, why don't you take him, use him for years so you have something nice to compete? I said, I'm not going to put a year's worth into it so you can sell it for $40,000.
Yeah.
He said, well, I'm not going to pay you either. I said, well,
Jack, the kitties have fun.
is that kitty?
The kitties playing.
Oh, it's a deer kitty.
It's a little gray stripe.
Yeah.
It must be a young.
It's young. That's Tiger.
They're playing.
And he's a
got
sweet
a little
deer.
spring.
Sweet deer. Too nice.
And he's so good. It's so
And
gentle.
the throat's a little short, but the back end was collected, the front end was the neck was going out on a what. But I was very happy with the hind legs we doing. It was sitting really nicely and lots of punch in your trot. That is a problem. He's not, that's good. I don't love the closed throat, but I like the connection. The legs are all on the same horse now. And he came with that. That trot comes from his father. Can remember, every time you come back after a lengthen, get the whole pony back. Because he wants to tell you who's going to run the ship and it ain't you. The other with us, come on. Whole front end. Then whatever you've got, you pick it, you keep it. Tell him not to change. Because he collects really nicely. Then he goes, ah man, that's too much like work. And off he goes. Because it's easy. But we're not looking for what's easy for him. Now he's much better up in the withers now. He's not so downhill.
Yeah, yeah.
He can fix it, but I think it's hard for him. Now come back. Whatever you've got, keep it. I don't care if it's slow. I don't care if it's working. And whatever you get, either you pick something different or you make him keep what he gave you, because he does a good transition back And he goes, that ain't convenient. Off he goes, Walter. Good boy. Yes, he can. He can do it all afternoon as far as I'm concerned. Oh, you mean Barbara Akers and Terry Pickett? And Lex, but you know her anyway. But Terry and Barbara, I was watching. I was watching Barbara do a dressage test, a training level dressage test at Lorenzo, and I thought, man, that woman should never be judging dressage. She didn't have a clue. Good boy. But you know, you got to keep this for your pleasure class anyway. And you'll show him in this carriage, right? Yeah. You can go to a horse show and take one carriage. That's pretty special. We don't even both drive four wheels. Wilson uses a Kentucky breaking car. So often we're not in the same division. Lorenzo, he and the gal from the four-wheel class were tied for grand champion. So they wanted to drive off and both of them refused to do it. They were unbraided, unhitched, had their carriages packed. They said just flip the coin. Well, he won the trip. Really good sit there, eh? He's a little over the neck and behind. He's a little over the bridle and a little behind the vertical. That's better. He says, I can't. Right. Because what he says is if I have to go out there and really carry myself like that, it's too much work. But you can develop that by adding more and more time to it.
Yeah. And I think that, it is harder in this heavier carriage.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Because I think it was easier for him yesterday.
Yep. And I don't have any need to make him learn to do this with a heavier vehicle because I don't want to demoralize him. He's cranky enough anyway. Yeah. There, this is nice. He's even got his nose out a little bit. There, good. Yeah, I don't want to make him cranky because he's... Yeah. Good. And he's up, huh? And his nose is just ahead of his eyeball. He's got to keep pumping. And you can do, longish pieces of this to get him strong for your pleasure classes and still not having him get too evasive. Come here. He does have wind down pretty fast. It's amazing what video shows. The thing that I find fascinating about video is that because you're in a very small space on the video, your eye doesn't get distracted by the background at all. You see things you never saw. It's like, man, I missed that. Because you're just watching the horse. You don't get to pick. That's a good boy. And I think this is a very good training session for him because he's getting it. Look. You can keep him. That was very good. And he didn't even look like his undies were itching. Yeah, he looks like it's got itches in his undies. Now he's very good. The right could be a little deeper bend yet. And I'm always being fussy. Feel like your life is not your own? There he's up. Really light, eh? Good. He's even breathing his irritation. He's not doing that. That's very good. Oh, he held it beautifully. No, leave that out of it. He was really square and really held it. And didn't say, I hate you. No, I wouldn't practice my back when he's giving you all that good. You know he knows how to back. And usually, for intermediate, you only got to do 5 to 6 steps. Did we keep you up too late last night? No, I went to bed after I called Wilson. He was out to dinner and went to bed. That's always part of life. Well, Molly was yawning, and Laurel said that was what she gets for staying up till 1:30. I don't know what she was doing. Don't need the 2-year-old. Don't need the 2-year-old around up at night.
Penny was like, I just want to go to bed and stop.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone, go away.
I also lengthened the traces out.
Ah, good. Good. Seems to have made it work. And he's not too far from the, theoretically, if you want to be specific about it, the back of their butt is supposed to be 40 meters from the furthest forward part of the carriage, which in this case would be the dash. Centimeters, 40 centimeters. Well, and for pleasure, who gives it who?
Well, and also, I was going to say, shafts, I can lengthen the traces out and let their shafts out now, too.
Yeah. No, I think you might have the 40. It doesn't include the tail at the end of the butt.
No. Which it doesn't really.
And for what you're doing for pleasure, it doesn't make a difference. And I don't even think it's a pleasure rule. I think it's only a combined driving rule, because I got caught on it in Poland. That was in their laps. When I was in Poland, I'd done 9 FEI events in the U.S. and nobody cared. And then the Poles had a bunch of stewards doing practice steward, and this one came up and said to Ed, yeah, apparently. And then because I was Ed Young's, it didn't matter. They let me go. They said, you two fix it right here. Nobody needs to know. So we did that. But I was too close. Of course, my horse was so short, who cared? I gave 50 places the other guy couldn't get to it. So he improved hugely as he went. But I do think... Yeah. Yeah, I think he did. I think he sort of answered your question. I bet you know.
Well, I guess, you know what, they did change that rule that you can have 2 different carts.
Yeah. I think you can use different dressage and cones now.
Yeah.
I think so. I think. I don't think so.
Although, there was one place that they measured the course. I don't know who it was that measured the course. But like that big floaty trot that Marek has, we did the whole, must have been Kansas City, we did the whole course, that big floaty trot, and we were 3 seconds under time.
Only 3?
Wow. And that was it.
I remember you canted the whole course. The intermediate black prom was beautiful.
Yeah, I can't the whole course here. He likes to canter that. And you know what? He stays civil and I can get him to drop down in the truck and stay there.
And then he can canter the open
I
space.
used to have troubles with the canters because like when they roll sometimes, the oxes are hard to canter through.
But he canters well.
Because sometimes if they come down and they stride right in the middle, when they step off, they have this little wiggle.
They go one way or the other.
And it makes a wiggle just a little bit.
That's enough to eat a cone.
Yeah, so yeah. Just because they're so much longer, there's an extra set, you know.
Yep.
So a lot of times trucks with there, it's like keeping it together a little bit.
Yeah,
So it doesn't have this little roll.
particularly things like the oxers.
Yeah.
Because-
Well, the ones that, if it's just a single pair of cones,
Doesn't
by
matter.
the time, yeah, I mean, it happens fast enough, but since
With
there's
the
an extra
oxers-
4 feet with the oxer,
Yeah. They'll
16
get,
or whatever it is,
that one will get you.
and, you know, that little roll is delayed,
Yeah.
you know, so you get the roll.
The roll about the time you don't need to hit the second pair. You could stride it like a jump, but you can't guarantee that.
Right.
Or if you could pop him out of it one step before a scoop will go back in.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't guarantee it.
it's a little harder. Dale, you can bring your card in if you want. I think it's
Jada says you can bring your card in, Dale. Oh, yeah, okay. Here's about like the rest of us, though.
not that basic.
He's got new hearing aids, but he's still deaf. The deaf is a pain in the butt. We all have it.
The other perforated only through your jaw.
Ah,
Got a whole like two
who did that? Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
It's gotten a tree down, and he went to like pull the branch or whatever, and it had another branch sticking off, and it twisted, and just popped up and poked him right in.
Ah,
Like there's one little branch coming off of a big branch he cut off.
went right into the
And
imperforated
when they
ear.
pulled it, it just went, and it happened to go like, quick
So much for that eardrum.
Yeah, I knew it was go.
Yeah, she driving me into the wall again. That's good for him, actually. Yeah, it does. And it also makes them rebalance. Yeah. Are you having fun, Jack? Are you having fun?
He's got a wellness.
That is good.
Okay, I was just gonna ask. Go ahead.
So we're waiting for
Yeah.
baby
Well, I just
sister
wanted
any
to
day
make sure
now.
that we-
Oh.
we had
And there's no way she's gonna. It's gonna be
You're gonna have both of them then?
for 3 days. My daughter wants me to do something. I said, no, I am still working. I am
still
still
have a
working,
job.
and I am not gonna.
You got this one all broken. You gotta break another
Yeah,
one.
see, that's it.
And my favorite junior trainer at home just had a second one. She said, 1 and 1 is not 2. She said 1 and 1 is 4. The first one was a wicked busy bomb. She said, I don't know why he's so busy noisy. I said, "He's himself." I said, you mean I'm chatty? And she's busy. But now she's got a dead quiet one. And she said, it's still like 4.
Hey, Jack, can you say goodbye?
She said, what Carter isn't doing, Katie's is up there.
Can you say goodbye?
Are you leaving? That's it.
Okay.
I love it.